The African way of drumming sounds very unwholesome to the European ear.
The time will come when Americans will give you a paper to tell you you are a master drummer from Ghana.
Some of the traditional African religious things that they were doing, they are not doing those things anymore.
The Ghanaian is losing his identity very fast.
Drumming is an African tradition that found its rhythm in the souls of Ghana's tribes.
The drum language is not a language that is spoken every day. It's a language with drummers, only drummers understand, drummers and the dancers.
The Ghanaian identity is tied very closely to the traditional drum. Drumming has been synonymous with Ghana for centuries.
My fathers created drums first to communicate and also for religious purposes.
With the growing presence of foreign influence, could the people of Ghana be losing sight of their historic roots? If the traditional drum fades away, more than just music could be lost. Once called the Gold Coast, this West African area was first seen by Portuguese traders in 1470. The gold trade flourished. From that, the slave trade began. This tragic period was dominated by the Portuguese, Dutch, and English for over 400 years. The colonizers saw no value in the African traditions and imposed a new lifestyle, culture, and religion onto the people.
When the missionaries came, they condemned everything we had, our forefathers had in terms of worship of God.
Drumming was the custom that suffered most from the new face of the Gold Coast. It was labeled as a form of pagan worship.
Some people think that if you take the traditional drum to the church, you want to invoke the traditional gods.
European missionaries were aware of the power of African custom, and many feared this alien religion. In a move to civilize the uncivilized, the colonizers enticed the native Africans with new education, innovation, and ways to make money.
And if the missionaries come and they have the goodies, then it might be that people might want to embrace this religion. So people who came to church and sat in the churches saw it as a kind of cushion from the terror that the system might have visited upon them.
This fear caused fragments of the African tradition to be changed and forgotten. As time progressed, and with Christianity on the rise, the drum was reintroduced to Christian masses, but it now beat for a new purpose.
I feel when I'm on stage, I feel like I am doing this to God. And I really enjoy playing with my band at church, and I really enjoy listening to the choir sing and everything. And I mean, I just love going to church.
The African has rhythm naturally, and so he could sing hymns even with rhythm. And if you take the drum away, you're going to lose a whole number of people who would have wanted to be Christians.
Today, more than 60% of Ghanaians call themselves Christian.
When they take on the Christian values, some of the traditional African religious things that they were doing, they are not doing those things anymore.
Ruth Stokes is the co-founder of Children's Christian Storehouse, an after-school arts conservatory to teach Ghana's youth their country's traditional arts.
Unless somebody comes in and tries to subsidize and keep the tradition going, it might just fade out. we're just hoping that they will continue to carry it on. That's all we can do.
I taught everybody in the world, everybody.
Ghana's master drummer, Mustafa Teddy Adi, has gained his perspective on drumming from his tribal roots. Adi has spread the drum's message globally and hopes to preserve this through his institution, the Academy for African Music and Arts.
The time will come when they give you a paper, Americans will give you a paper to tell you you are a master drummer from Ghana. They will give you a paper.
Due to social pressures and economic vicissitudes, the Ghanaian is losing his identity very fast.
The African way of drumming sounds very unwholesome to the European ear.
Though a native of Ghana, the divine drummer, Guy Warren, now known as Kofi Ganaba, enjoyed an illustrious career in America. He was renowned for infusing African tradition into American jazz.
Nobody was encouraged to play African drums, especially if you've been to school and you've been taught that Africa had nothing to offer you musically. I started playing drums using the American set of jazz drums, not the African set. So when I mastered the American system of playing, I asked myself, what is there for me to do? During one of my meditational hours, this spirit appeared. It was a woman, and she says to me, be what? Be what? Well, what she meant was that I should be myself. Be yourself.
Kofi Ganaba's experience illustrates why the African drum culture cannot be forgotten.
Now I'm playing African rhythms with African instruments and playing the way I really feel to play them.
Ultimately, it may be up to the youth to decide if they want to keep their roots alive. Whether it's preserving a culture or just a drum, keeping the world diverse is a challenge for the ages.
We are losing some things. In fact, the face of Ghana has changed tremendously.
A man without culture is like a man without beginning.
The question is, where are we going from here?
Before our culture is lost, Ghanaians must stay true to their roots and hear the rhythm of the drum, the heartbeat of Ghana.